Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is for Mitch McConnell's health. And I'm doing it on, what is today? It's Thursday, the 22nd. Yeah, that's right, it's debate night later. This is the morning. Okay, so I'm using the maybe Lenormand and the Borderless writer Waite. Okay, so let me tune back into Mitch McConnell. Oh yeah, there he is. Okay. So the health of his body, his challenges, his emotional body, his mental body, the karma that's hanging over him, what he's doing, and his future. Okay. All right, and then with the tarot, health of his body, his challenges, his emotional body, mental body, karma, what he's doing, and his future. Okay. So with the tarot, move these cards over here. Well, let's see. For the health of his body, we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So something, of course, is not working right. When we're in the realm of the Pentacles, it truly is, you know, your body, because it is everything of the material world. Now, when it's a health issue, well, this is Saturn in Taurus. And every time I've ever looked at that man, I've always thought his fifth chakra, his throat chakra isn't clear. He doesn't tell the truth. And, you know, to have Saturn ruling that area of your body is, that's challenging. So when on a health level we're dealing with, just feeling like there's not enough, feelings of lack. And it can be neck problems as well, and it can be TMJ. There's a huge, you know, like fear of loss. There are OCDs. There's a lot of frustration. Because, I mean, you can see if the card is upright, let me get the glare off there. Or what am I saying? It's not the Seven of Pentacles, it's the Eight. It's even worse because it's like a loss of power. But anyway, when it's straight up, you're working diligently, and there's you know, service that's going on, right? Well, he's not giving any service, so I still feel like all the same applies with the you know, with the fifth chakra that I was speaking to, because I did that more on an intuitive level, but. There's just still that place where he's lacking, like, true focus. True focus. With the eights, because, you know, because of the circular, wait, hold on, where's my sacred chopstick? With the eight, you know, you're in that realm of power and, you know, things that move, that keep moving. They are movement oriented, as far as numbers go. So it feels like on a body level there's no movement that is going in a direction that works well. You know, just there's no working well here. This card is also well, of course, you know, with the Pentacles, we're in the earthly realm. So besides, you know, Taurus that I was feeling with the Seven, even though this isn't the Seven, this is more the Virgo card, of course. because, you're working. It's work and it's service. And it can have to do with like irritable bowel syndrome and digestion problems. Can be very constipated as well. Especially because, like I was saying before, things aren't working. And the eights, it's like the 8th house of the zodiac. It's like that rules like sex, death, regeneration, transformation. So that's not happening for him. Okay. Ooh. His challenge with the death card reversed, this has to do with, again, the earthly realm. We're in the Pluto and Scorpio realm. But it's still very, very earthly. It can be, a big release. It can be big change. But when it comes to a health reading, yikes. When it's reversed, it can literally be a release back to your spirit. I mean, more than upright, this could be the case when, with the reversal. Yeah, it's super challenging because there's, it's like all that lower chakra stuff. It just feels like and there's a lot of like weakness, it feels like, and deception. Wow. But again, Pluto and Scorpio, power and control issues. 8. I get that 8 feeling. Again, power, Pluto issues. And of course, Pluto's in Capricorn right now, and it is working through all the corruption, all the corrupted ones, to either get in alignment, get in alignment with integrity, be in your integrity, or move on. And sometimes it's a physical crossing that, that creates that. Emotionally, with his emotional body, his lymphatic system, his connective tissue, with the 6 of Wands, well, he has the public recognition that he wants. He definitely has that. So maybe on an emotional level, he is getting what he wants, but on a health level, it's usually not, full of any bad aspects, honestly. It's just one of those cards that's just, not really bad. It can be that if there are problems, they can be overcome. But it would take a whole lot of love to get into that place because it's Jupiter and Leo. So, does he open his heart? I don't think so. Mentally, and on a nervous system level with the Temperance card, well, this card can be a grave illness. It's, again, Jupiter and Sag. So here we have 2 Jupiter cards. Jupiter and Sag, it's probably, well, on a health issue, of course, excess, because it's, Jupiter and Sag just going to get what he wants. But it doesn't show that there's an alignment with your higher self when it comes into like a mental. And if this card were up here in the karmic realm, maybe, or maybe for the future, maybe there would be some kind of a little bit of an alignment with your higher self. But I think that this is a grave mental illness. Okay, his karma with the 3 of Cups reversed, well, with that, there we are in that realm of, not being in alignment with community, not being in alignment with the laws of abundance, not being in alignment with anything loving and that has anything to do with your brotherhood and sisterhood. You know, completely against the laws of humanity. Wow, how sad. I mean, because it certainly doesn't have to be that way. On a health level, he can be depressed. There's a fear of betrayal. Of course he would have a fear of betrayal. That's all he does is betrays his higher self, and he betrays everyone else. He doesn't, except for his cronies that are extremely selfish. Yeah, it's just really, it's a sad realm with these people. But, again, that feeling that there's not enough, because, when it's straight up, there's so much you're celebrating. Well, when it's reversed, you're feeling that there's not enough. And that belief in, that greedy place that they come from, that stems from a belief in lack. So this doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, so maybe karmically there's depression raining down on him, and he deserves that. Okay, so what he's doing, well, with the Page of Pentacles reversed. Ooh. It feels like there, well, of course, none of the pages are mature. And of course, what he does is not mature. I mean, a mature grown man who has been responsible all his life and who works towards the greater good of the whole, they have so much more to offer than him. He doesn't have anything to offer, of course, because he doesn't really believe that he doesn't believe in abundance, in the laws of abundance. So of course he creates more lack. So that's what he's doing. So it's really insecure, and of course it's unsuccessful because it's immature and insecure, and there's just that lack of progress and planning going forward. When it's straight up, you're focused on progress, even though it might be in an immature stage of progress, or it's just that you haven't really worked it all through yet. Well, at his age, he should know how to handle, financial resources, and he should know how to work with the greater good of the whole, but he has never done any of that. He's been known as the Grim Reaper. This is truly who he is. And of course, that's all working against him on a health level now, because he's holding on. He's holding on for dear life, even though I don't have the Four of Pentacles here. Do I have it coming in? No. I just get this feeling that this long-term vision isn't happening. There is no progress moving forward with this man. It's all stuck with him. He's not communicating clearly. He just grovels when he speaks. It's just, it's like this old, ancient, prehistoric, it's like Gollum. It's worse than Gollum when he speaks. He reminds me of Gollum. Ugh. So anyway, short-term focus. There's no long-term focus or planning. So he's just holding on to whatever he can, because I think he knows. I think he senses that his days are numbered. So with his future, with the Nine of Pentacles, well, that's that place where, he's just, he's going for the money. He's going for the luxury. On a health level, this can be a hospital stay, because you're in luxury and you get a break. This is another one of those cards like the Two of Pentacles where there's a need for external validation. So what do you do to get the approval? Forget about love with that guy, but what does he do to get the approval that he needs, that he has used to substitute for love? Well, of course we know he just accumulates more money. So, but hospital stay, possibly, allergic reactions. Of course, it's in, the Virgo realm again, where maybe things don't work out specifically the way he wants. Let's layer the Lenormand and see what we get. Moscow Mitch. The health of his body. These two go together perfectly. He is definitely having digestion and elimination problems. His body's not functioning well. Circulation problems. The challenge to his health. Well, the fox is all about, smell, senses, olfactory gland. Because things aren't working well, he's probably, he's just not that's not working up there for him. And again, that is the fifth chakra. That is the fifth chakra. So his executive center, his speaking the truth and his moving forward, going towards the truth, going towards what, is, like I said, the greater good of the whole, it's compromised. He's not doing that. And of course that creates a death, even more of a death in that area. So this can also relate to a doctor that's a specialist, but it can also relate to something misdiagnosed and not, or the wrong diagnosis. Yeah, misdiagnosed, wrong diagnosis, or undiagnosed is what I was trying to say. Emotionally, he has shards of glass and razor blades going through his emotional body, because all he cares about is his public recognition and being in charge. Mentally, his mental body, nervous system, he's very self-centered. Yeah, he's just very self-centered. Let's just keep going. The karma hanging over him with the tree card, a health issue. What he's doing, he's prideful with the lion card. He's prideful about the money that he has, about the wealth that he has attained. This could be his wife. This could be his wife. She could have major control. Well, let's see, yeah. His future is being under the warmth and control of his wife. Okay, so now I'm trying to decide which deck to use in order to... How about... Bear with me for a moment while I shuffle some cards. Let's use the Kipper because it brings in the element of different players and different people. And I meant for this to just be a health reading, but now I'm feeling like, well, let's open it up to the Kipper to see what's coming through. And because I'm wanting to read on him and his wife, Elaine. What's going on there? What's the future with them? I think I can fit 6 across, and 6 goes well with relationships that numerically. So I'm going to do 12. Okay, and I'm setting the intention ahead of time to show 2, so a row of 2 for the past, a row of 2 for the present, and a row of 2 for the future. with just he and Elaine Chao, Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao. Weirdest partnership I've ever observed. Well, one of the weirdest anyway. Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao. Okay. Wow. Okay. So the truth about their relationship. So we have the imprisonment card. And you guys, I might have to rely on some of you for help with these cards. I'm not a pro at all with the Kipper yet. And I love the comments, especially Lisette. You've been such a help to me. I so appreciate you guys. Everybody should always read her comments because she's excellent. So let me just get them laid out, and then I'll dive in and do my best, but I'm definitely going to rely on any... Oh, I actually have plenty of room here. I'm going to rely on any and all advice you guys might have with these cards. And especially because the Kipper that I have studied, I've done it with a different deck. And Ciro Marchetti even changed up the... changed the names a little bit. Which is easier than the old deck, but the old deck is in German. Okay, so these 4 cards are the past, present, and then future. So of course, this is showing that, you know, she married this older man, this disgusting older man. Ugh. But, now, the imprisonment card doesn't have to mean imprisonment. It works in a fashion of, you know, your own self-created prisons. It's like a place where you're stuck. It has to do with being stuck and wanting a way out. So I think this has to do with Elaine and the place where she didn't like where she was, and she thought the only way to get out of that would be to, like, legally marry him. Now, because I don't have, like, the fraud card here, or, you know, thief or fraud or anything like that, I'm not seeing that she's some type of an agent, you know, for China. But, I mean, I could be wrong about that, because this is really just about their relationship. But, so, yeah, that would be a whole nother reading, which I don't know if anyone's interested in that. If you are, let me know. If there's enough of you, I'll do it. But I don't know if I'll get to it before the election. I've got quite a stack of requests here. Okay, so, but back to these guys. I don't think she liked where she was, and I don't think he liked where he was either. And I think it's possible that it was a marriage based on some type of mutual legal arrangement. But that's a terrible card to start, you know, a relationship with. Okay, so presently, this is like the letter card in the Lenormand, where it's any and all documents, and even, you know, text messages. It's even votes. And the journey card you know, you look towards the movement, the direction that it's going, which is completely different than the deck I usually use. But anyway, so the direction here is going to the wealthy man. So I think that the wealthy man could be Mitch. And well, yeah, either that or it's, you know what? This mature man here could be Elaine's father. Well, but then again, you know, that's the thing. When it comes to ages with the let me see if I can find the other cards with the Kipper. You have like the main, oh, here it is right here. Okay. So the main male, and then you have the main female too, and you know, hopefully they're looking to, you know, towards each other, and they're on an equal footing, and one isn't above or below the other. But I didn't get either of those cards here, so I have to remember that this card here is younger. It's usually not over 40, and this one is over 40 and, you know, on in. Further into the ages. So who is this man? It's either Mitch or it's her father. It's either Mitch or it's Elaine's father, who is the, you know, the Chinese shipping magnate. Who puts the daughter of a Chinese shipping magnate in charge of the transportation department? Could it be? Hearing the church lady. Okay, back to these guys. Okay, so I don't know who this guy is, but presently it's someone who is moving in a direction towards, there's someone moving towards a younger wealthy man, and if this is Mitch, he's just always thinking about that. So it's because of money. This is not traditionally the overseas card. This is domestic travel, the way, you know, with the images I'm getting here. It would be like Great, what is that one? I don't know what it's named in this deck. It's like Great Hope or whatever. If it's even here. I mean, it's in here somewhere, but let me find it. Great Fortune. Is it great? No, it's 36. Where's 36? Where's 36? Here it is. Notice this one. This is the one where we're talking, you know, across the pond or foreign. So this is somebody, I think, on U.S. soil who's younger, because it points to him, that Mitch is always thinking about, and I think it's because there's money that comes through. There's money that comes through from him. But notice that, you know, Mitch and Elaine aren't even present here in this relationship. I mean, they're not even showing up, so I can't see if they're like together on this or. But again, because of these back here and showing me the past, it was a illegal marriage. I mean, you know, it happened legally just because both of them, I believe, were stuck and they needed each other somehow financially. This is a connector card. So it connects to the court system or yeah, the court system, the legal system, governmental, all of that, and some younger wealthy man. So from the past into some younger wealthier man, and I get that Mitch is the one that's always thinking about him. Well, she might too. I don't see cheating here, you know, so I can't say that's like, you know, a boyfriend of hers or anything. I don't see that. With this in the future, moving forward in the future, this privileged lady, that's the same as the, you know, wealthy man, but the female version. So in the future, there's some younger female that works for them in their home, maybe. But then there's some change. And the change goes in this direction, so it goes towards the house. Let me, let's see, which is the best way to, well, I'm going to draw some more cards. And then I'll stop, because I don't know if I'm really getting anywhere with this. And it might be because Mitch's health is so bad that there's not really much of a future for them. Because there's change coming in the future. And if this isn't a younger lady and this is Elaine Chao, that doesn't make sense though. There's a change within the foundation of the home. So hold on, let me reshuffle here with the cards that are left. And I'm going to just do a string rather than past, present, and future, and it's going to be all about the future. Because I want to know what this change is. Right? We care more about the future than what they've done in the past, because we know it's dark. Okay. All right. Well, no, here's the foreign lands. I hope you guys can, everyone see. Let's go up a little bit more. I always want to leave room for closed captions down here. And these cards tend to pick up a lot of glare, so. Well. Okay, so, sorry, I've got a weird sense of humor. Okay. Overseas, foreign lands, and a lover. So in their future, there's some change in their household. I don't have the fatality card here, so I can't say it's like, you know, Mitch McConnell's death or anything like that. But this isn't good for both of them or either one of them. Oh, I get it. Something to do with like trade and labor laws, fair practice laws, maybe because of something to do with China. And there's some either they're coming together to have therapy or to get divorced. Because this, I think this card as far as time goes, can take a long time. I think it's a couple years. And then somebody gets paid off or there's some settlement. So the future with them is there's change within the family, the household. And this younger person up here that's been working for them might have something to do with it. But it looks to me like Elaine maybe, does she stay in the USA or does she move to be with a lover, and it might take her 2 years, and she divorces Mitch in the meantime, as well as, because with the adjudication card here, this could be a double meaning as to like fair trade, labor, or trade. No, I think more like labor laws. And then, of course, a very, you know, it's very possible that there's a divorce. If I were to see like the fatality card or the illness card, then I would say, you know, maybe he doesn't make it. But this looks to me like he could get, I mean, of course, over time, he's not healthy, so of course over time he will get very, very ill. But when it comes to their relationship, it's possible that there's, if it's not therapy, it's a divorce, or at least something legal that pops in. And I don't know who this lover is here, but somebody across the water, and I don't think it's for him. Is it possible that I'm seeing, like if I were to read these cards in the most negative light, could these all be speaking to human trafficking? Human trafficking? But it takes a long time to see who got the income for that. Could we be seeing that, well, hang in there with me again. Let's see. Yeah, my battery's still holding out, so let's... Well, now I've opened another can of worms. I want to know, is Elaine Chao, along with her father, involved in human trafficking? Of course, we know that one of his ships had a bunch of cocaine on it years ago, or a while back, so... Is she involved with her father in human trafficking or any other type of money laundering? They could bring down RICO charges on her. And Mitch. Okay, that's it right there. Okay. So we have expectation, distant horizons, pathway, imprisonment, adjudication, despair, and occupation. So absolutely. Absolutely. Somebody waits for it to come across in a tanker, and it takes a long time, and there's people in the tanker. Oh, God. Oh, and it'll come through. It'll come through, and this will be, well, it could change an occupation for her. I don't know if Mitch is still around at this point. But this will bring down despair upon her. And hopefully this imprisonment is about her as well. Wow. Okay. Like I said, if you guys have anything to add on to my feeble attempt here at Kipper, because I'm not a pro yet. Like I could have used the Lenormand, but there's more people cards here, and the Lenormand doesn't have an imprisonment card except for if you use like the tower, the little tower card, because it can be prisons. So maybe this card in the past with their reading was trying to clue me into that. And I was just looking at their relationship, but now I'm seeing that their relationship is much darker than, well, or is as dark as I suspected. So, okay, you guys, I'm gonna close this up, and I thank you for being here with me, and look forward to your comments, as long as they're not any trolls, and you guys are nice to each other. Okay, thank you. Bye.